And a happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome into the News 10 Plus digital desk. I am Taylor Gattoni alongside Nicole Buckman from Studio 10. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Another kind of rainy, kind of
day.
cloudy day. I'm trying to say cloudy, not gloomy.
Okay, we'll say
It's going to be a great Tuesday. It's always something fun you can look forward to. I know it's been kind of busy, obviously here in the Lansing area with things happening and, of course, nationally too. But yeah, on Studio 10, we have a lot of fun, of course, to look forward to. It is Tuesday, which means it's Take Me Home Tuesday. So last week they weren't able to come in, so we're excited to hopefully see a little cat or a little dog that is in need of a home that you can take home. I know we love animals here. I know we are on the verge of adopting a dog sometime soon, and one of these days it's actually going to happen.
And Friday we brought in the Ingham County Animal Shelter to talk about their event they actually have the 17th. So I believe, what is that, this Thursday?
Yes.
Right, the 17th? Yeah.
Yes.
This Thursday. So they have an event called It's Hip to Be Snipped, because in order to fix overpopulation, you have to get your animals fixed. So there you go.
Yeah.
And they were
The more
also
you know.
talking, the more you know. They're also talking about clear the shelters, so that fits in with Take Me Home Tuesday, making sure those animals get into a home.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So put that on your docket. So we love animals. And also, too, this is really interesting. There is a thing called Baby Cafe. When you hear it, you're like, babies shouldn't have coffee. They shouldn't be listening to that cafe music. No, this is all for moms. They call it a baby cafe, and there's one in the capital area, but they're opening up a brand new one over in the Barry Eaton Health Department is putting it on, so over in that county. And it's exciting because, a lot of times, even if you're a first-time mom or you're a second-time mom, you postpartum it can be a lot. It's very overwhelming. So they have a baby cafe, which is kind of like a very informal place where people and women can get support for breastfeeding, lactation questions, just hanging out with another mom.
It's relatable. It's a safe space for them to be like, this is what I'm going through.
Yeah.
You get it because you're going through the
same thing.
Yeah.
And so we have a representative from that new baby cafe that's opening up technically this Friday, and she's going to be talking to us a little bit about the importance of this, more of the program, so that way you can just put it on your list, even if you're not necessarily a mom or, but if you know someone, just bringing them to these resources. We have so many great resources, which is I think we love about our jobs, is that it's our job to tell you guys about these great resources. So definitely look forward to that. We'll have the baby cafe on as well. And then
real quick, so August is also National Breastfeeding Month, so
that is true
right there too. If any moms need some or have any questions on that, that might be the place to go.
That is true, actually.
There you go.
I knew that.
There's so many things to know.
There's so many. But then also on the fun note as well, we are kind of in this weird transition of back to school as well as end of summer sort of fun. But that's okay. I feel like it's normal.
We're
it's
still
fine.
trying to enjoy the rest of the summer, but we're like, okay, prepare.
Yeah, it's hard.
Do both.
Yeah, well, there's a great sport that if you're looking for something out there but active, it's called foot golf.
Me and Darren were talking about it in the 11 because we had a little bit of it in News 10 today at 11. Looks fun.
It's something. It's something. No, it does look like a lot of fun, and we're cool, and we're lucky to have it here in mid-Michigan. So you definitely want to pay attention, watch the show today so you can learn how you can be a part of it. And maybe you do something after school or you do it on the weekends, because it's something I feel like for all ages. It looks like a lot of fun. So definitely tune in for that as we kind of give you a little bit of a, not work it out Wednesday, but maybe try it Tuesday. I don't know. Something like that.
On this rainy Tuesday.
Yeah, no. But so that's fun. But obviously, always want to connect with us. We have some great questions, daily questions that we want to hear from you. But we love the community, and it's our favorite part is connecting with you. So please connect with us.
All right, thank you, Nicole. And yes, a lot of fun. This foot golf looks. I mean, I've never heard of that. It is comical. I've never heard of it before. And it just looks like a bunch of fun. It seems, we were just talking about pickleball and how that's a little combination of racquetball and tennis. And so now you have foot golf. So seems like a lot of fun. Probably don't want to do it on this rainy Tuesday today, but tomorrow looks like a warm-up, so a great day to do that. If you want to check back on any of Studio 10's previous shows or segments, you can always follow them on any of their social media platforms, but YouTube is a great place to go. Just search them up on @WILX Studio 10. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. A great place to check them out and see any of their previous, again, segments that they've had. I know that they brought on some of the mint pageant queens last week, and I went to the St. John's Mint Festival this weekend. I actually picked up some chocolate mint goodies, was very good, and some mint essential oil. Me and Claudia were talking about that last week. I point over here like she's here right now, but we were talking. Crystal's laughing at me. Yeah, she was here last week, sitting in this area. But yeah, St. John's Mint Festival was great. And we were talking about the Perseid meteor shower too. So anything like that, if you want to rewatch on Studio 10, one more time, go to @WILX Studio 10. Great place to go for any of their previous little segments there. And again, we are coming up to the end of summer, and which also means back to school, like Nicole was just talking about. So with all of that coming up, just go check it out on there. So many great resources. Check out on Studio 10. Of course, you can always go to our website, WILX.com, as well for any of those resources and back to school stuff too. I know there's a Lansing Fill the Bus event, and there's also some backpack giveaways coming up. So of course, you always want to tune in here at News 10 to hear more. But also, we were talking about it being a rainy, cloudy Tuesday. I'm sure you saw that as you were driving into work today. You probably want to keep an umbrella on you the rest of today, but we are going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Darren Rockwell to see how the rain will play out.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. We picked up anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain from late yesterday afternoon through today. And as we go throughout the afternoon hours, the rain is going to gradually diminish. And actually, very late today, we see the return of some sun. Here's a look at our hour-by-hour forecast. This is 3 p.m. and the storm system that brought us all the rain that, well, basically worked right close to the state line and brought the showers into the area, moving out over Lake Erie. So it's moving away from us. 3 p.m. there could still be a widely scattered shower or two, but that comes to an end. And notice as we hit the late afternoon, early evening hours, the clouds do start to thin out. So lingering in the 60s for most of the afternoon, but we could actually hit the high for the day during the early evening once we see some sun return and temperatures pop back up close to the 70-degree mark. Now we go through tonight, skies are clear. After all of the rain, there could be some areas of fog that develop in the area late tonight. Tomorrow, we get a little chance to dry out across the area. Now behind this storm, and this storm interacting with high pressure that's up to our north, some gusty winds are anticipated this afternoon. They are going to be out of the north, and we could have wind gusts at times up around 20, maybe 25 miles per hour. But as soon as this evening, those winds do start to settle down. And again, the winds really die down tonight with all the moisture laying around. We can't rule out some areas of fog late tonight and early tomorrow morning. So for this afternoon, we do see the rain showers diminish in the 60s most of the afternoon, but then we pop up into the low 70s during the early evening. For tonight, skies are mostly clear. Some areas of fog around tonight, a low of 55 degrees. We do have some sunshine Wednesday, a high of 82. Now, it is not an all-day rain on Thursday, but we do have a cold front passing through the area that could briefly bring some showers and maybe a thunderstorm. And we'll have to watch those storms. There could be some with gusty winds. Mid-70s for us on Thursday. Friday, we're mostly sunny with a high of 76. A big warm-up for the second half of the weekend. Justin's in for Andy. He will have your updated forecast on News 10 first at 4.
All right, thank you, Darren. And let's see, it doesn't look like it's too rainy in the Lansing area right now, but yes, make sure you're keeping that umbrella on you. Of course, always checking back for updates. We will have, who do we have, Justin?
Justin is in.
Justin, First Alert Meteorologist Justin Bradford will be in later today. We have a little bit of a switch up because Andy's on vacation this week.
I know. There's been a
Well
lot
deserved.
of roster changes.
Roster
going
changes, I
on.
like it. So there we go. We will have Justin Bradford in later today with more updates on Studio 10, First at 4, and our 90 minutes of news. But of course, because of the rain, if you want any of those updates, the Follow Me feature, if you want traffic alerts hour by hour, anything like that, you can always download the First Alert weather app. And that is free off of Google Play and the Apple App Store. So make sure you are doing that. There is Colton. You're seeing their little video updates.
Oh, remember the nice poolside forecast?
Oh, man.
Those were the days.
Was I here for that?
Yeah.
Was I?
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah. He used to do them all summer. Why are you staring at me like that?
I don't know. Okay, it's been a long day.
It's been a very long
day, you know
Tuesday.
that. Anyways, that is completely free off of Google Play and the Apple App Store, so go download that. But yes, always great to have me and Crystal always talk about the First Alert weather app. We are always checking it in the morning.
I checked it this morning. Yeah.
Me too.
I want to know, like, can I leave my windows open today? The answer was no.
No.
Just stuff like that. Like, well, how cold is it gonna? We get here like really early in the morning, but by the
It changes
time,
throughout the day.
yeah, by the time we leave, it's hot, and you just kind of want to know
dress for
that.
that?
Yeah. How do you dress for that? What do you need to take? Do I need to take my umbrella? Our news director was telling us today, make sure you have your umbrella for all of your gear. So
That is
we do
true.
have all of that.
I woke up hearing the rain this morning. I looked out my window. I was like, wow, rain. And I was like, so peaceful. I want to go back to sleep. And I was like, let me check the weather app, see what time it's going to end around. And so
Yeah.
we used it.
Well, the
Use
good
it
thing
every day.
is with this weather app too, it's helping a lot of high school football teams with their practices. We heard from Mel Tucker yesterday about MSU's practices, and it's actually kind of nice that it's not incredibly hot because it can be so dangerous.
It can be very dangerous.
Yes.
Little fun fact, when I ran cross country back in the day, one of our first meets of the season, and it would always, you're right, a lot of these sports begin before the school
Yes.
year actually starts. You know, they're getting training for the season. And so we would start at the end of August, and sometimes there would be heat waves of like
Yeah.
90 to 100 degrees. You would have runners passing out because
Absolutely.
they're low on electrolytes and hydration. And yeah, so make sure you are getting your physicals and you are staying hydrated and prepared for the back to school season, sports, whatever it may be.
Right.
Take care of yourself.
Coming off of all the DeMar Hamlin stuff from last season,
Yeah.
knowing that he played his first game again,
Well,
athlete
him too.
safety has been really, really on the minds of a lot of coaches and athletic and parents.
Yeah.
But our News 10 sports team has been doing a great job as we gear up for high school football. They have a segment called Full On Frenzy. And if you haven't noticed this is where they are going to several high schools in the area. For instance, this is the Williamston Hornets. And they're breaking down what is going to be needed out of each school's varsity team
Oh, wow.
for this season. And so we have a lot of them. They're basically doing 10 schools or 10 days worth in 10 schools worth in 5 days, I think. And I have to double check with sports. There's Freddie right there. But they're going through all of these area high schools. And let's see what we can go through here. If you're looking for your high school, just look for this Full On Frenzy. We have Portland, we have Mason,
So
DeWitt.
many on there.
DeWitt's been great the last few years with their high school football team. They had a 9-4 season. So if you're looking for your alma mater, your kid's school, anything like that, the News 10 sports team has been doing a wonderful job of putting this together. So it's under our sports tab on WILX.com. It's also our digital EP. Samantha and I have been working really hard to make our Roku app very user-friendly. So when you go on Roku or Apple TV, Google Fire, or
Yeah.
Amazon Fire, Google TV, anything like that, anything you have.
Lots of different platforms.
Exactly. Any smart TV, you can download the WILX app for free. And this is how I watch us when I'm at home. So we also just got a story that's also on our website for the, let's see if I can find it really quick. For the first time, cable and broadcast television is less than half
Oh,
of all TV viewing.
wow.
So for those of
Times
you...
are changing.
For those of you who are into streaming, this is how you can still get local news,
Yeah.
which is a big thing a lot of people are still wanting to get. You want to get your local news, your weather, your sports, everything like that. Well, WILX has that for free. And we had a gentleman asking us last week about the Lions preview. The Lions had their first game on Friday, the preseason game. They were wondering how they could watch Fred's breakdown of the first game coming up because they don't live in the area. Well, we air everything on our streaming platform and on our website. So that's how you can watch, and That's how you can find really cool things like From the Vault.
Ooh, yes, let's check
which
that
is
out.
one of my favorites. I'm kind of partial to this one. So we have this great one. If you are into the Netflix series Quarterback, you may recognize this face, or if you're an MSU fan from the mid-aughts. Kirk Cousins sat down with our David Andrews a while back and talked about how both faith and football lead his life. And we have a couple cool just behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah, you're looking at David right there, too, in the middle with Jeopardy.
Jeopardy. Some great stuff from Alex Trebek on that one. David Down Under. That was when the Olympics were in Sydney. So some really cool stuff on our website and on our apps. Again, it's free to download. If you have a smart TV, just go to the App Store, look for WILX, and it'll get you our app, which gets live news, previous newscasts, live events, like we had this morning with the plane crash. We also have stuff like this. So it's really, really interesting. And if you guys have any questions about how to stream something, how you can find it, do not hesitate to reach out to us on social media. You can talk to us right here, and we will answer right away, both on camera and right here in the chat. So like I've been saying, there's no other news station in mid-Michigan where you can interact with the staff, the on-air staff, the anchors, the meteorologists, live while they're doing a newscast.
When it's raining, when there's severe weather, I know Colton has been up here several times, like, hey, Taylor, Crystal, let's get on the News 10 Plus digital desk. Let's make sure everyone
He'll do it himself. He'll be like, move.
Yeah, he'll be like, all right, here we go. And we're like, oh, Colton, all right, he's on it. So people are always asking questions on here, or they're letting us know what they're seeing, too, which really helps our meteorologists be able to inform people even more so on what they're seeing. Yeah, so that's how, again, you just go over here and from the vault, or you can go to our live stream right here, and you've got 2 channels to choose from. So pick whichever one your little heart desires. If I go on Us Now, it'll probably be one of those Inception things where it's just like, so maybe I shouldn't do that, but that's what we have going on. One for now. Perfect. All right. Thank you, Crystal, for that. Always good to know where you can find more content here. We do want to share what is coming up in our later newscast for First at 4 and our 90 minutes of news. So starting with Mid-Michigan Matters during First at 4 today, we are talking about safe routes to school. Now, this incredible program with Back to School around the corner is making sure that students can safely get to school. So they have these wonderful volunteers, and whether it's at a crosswalk, a bus stop, whatever it may be, how you can get those kids safely to school. So you can learn more coming up on First at 4 Mid-Michigan Matters today. And then News 10 at 5, we have the latest on former President Donald Trump's legal issues out of Georgia. We'll have more on that. And at News 10 at 5:30, our News 10 Justin Ken is looking into how and where senior citizens can get their free college classes. So look forward to that. We will have, of course, all of the details you'll need to know in News 10 at 5:30. And then News 10 at 6 p.m. we'll have the latest from Lansing's Capital Region International Airport, where, again, me and Crystal were talking about this morning, a small plane crashed. So we have the very latest on that. Now, at the current moment, we do know that it was the pilot on board. He was doing okay, hospital, so we're going to see what their condition is looking like coming up. So we'll have all of those details, but we also want to check in with our reporters to see what they're working on for our evening shows.
Thanks, Taylor. I'm Erin Bowling, and today I'm in the city of Jackson because tonight the Jackson City Council is going to be voting about whether or not to redevelop a mile stretch of the MLK corridor. Now, this land has not been redeveloped since the 1960s and is a historically underserved community. I'll have this story on News 10 at 5. Tanaya, over to you.
Thanks, Erin. With COVID cases increasing, the flu season approaching, and RSV concerns still lingering, some parents are concerned with the safety of their kids when they're back in the classroom. One parent will tell us all about it coming up today on News 10 at 5:30.
Traffic crash statistics have increased in the state of Michigan, especially in areas like this, work zones where construction is taking place. I had the opportunity to speak to officials on what they're looking to do to decrease those numbers. We'll have more on that in our 90 minutes of news. I'm going to pass it over to Riley.
Hey, Mars, thank you. Michigan's state budget is including annual dollars for foster care families. I'm Riley Connell, and I'm talking to some foster care experts and some foster parents themselves about what this means for the care that they can give to the kids in their family. You can find out a little bit more about this story coming up on News 10 at 6. Deanna, tell us what you're working on.
A local boxing gym is helping those with Parkinson's fight the disease. I'm Deanna Giles, and I'll have that story on News 10 at 6.
All right. Thank you, Aaron, Tanaya, Mars, Riley, and Deanna for sharing what you have coming up in our later newscast. Of course, you saw Deanna with the little boxing gloves on right there. We do want to show you where you can go. Of course, this is a live stream that you just saw. It's a little delayed right there. But if you go over here to First Alert Weather, if you want any further information, here you go. This is where Darren has his information, and Justin Bradford will be in shortly to update this. But this is where you can go for more details on any of the weather updates. And if you scroll down a little bit further, you can always hit play on the radar and see where those rain chances are moving out of our area later today. Until then, everyone, please have a safe rest of your Tuesday, especially with all of the rain coming down. Not too bad, though, so keep that umbrella on you, but it should be good the rest of the day. Tune in to Studio 10. They are coming up in just over half an hour, and then you can join us for First F4 and our 90 minutes of news. Have a great rest of your day.